Kansas, 1871. A stretch of prairie so wide it made men feel like ants beneath God's sky. But even in all that openness, no one saw me sitting on the porch of the Bender Inn, waiting. They called themselves a family. Pa, Ma, Kate, and John. 4 settlers with polite smiles and eyes that never smiled back. The Benders ran a roadside inn near the Great Osage Trail. It was a rest stop for weary travelers, drifters, and settlers chasing the promise of westward expansion. They offered supper, a smile, and a chair by the fire. But if you sat in the chair near the canvas curtain, you never left. The method was simple. As their guests dined, Pa or John would strike them from behind with a hammer. The victims' throats were then slit by Ma or Kate to ensure silence. Their bodies dropped through a trap door into the cellar, then buried in the orchard at night. They buried the bodies behind the inn, shallow graves, rows of them. I visited each one, not to take the souls, no, they were already mine. I came to bear witness. 8 graves claimed the 11 victims who were eventually found. But authorities always suspected there were more. Their first known victim was Dr. William York, a well-known man whose disappearance would later unravel their bloody work. He had been traveling from Fort Scott searching for a missing friend and never returned. His brothers were powerful men, one a colonel, the other a Kansas state senator. They raised questions that couldn't be buried. When a search party arrived, they uncovered the horrors beneath the soil. The bodies of nearly a dozen people, all murdered in the same ritual fashion. One was a young girl. She had been buried alive, her fingernails torn, her mouth frozen in a silent scream. There was also George Longcore, a war veteran and widower who'd been traveling with his young daughter. They were looking for a new life. They found only death. Henry Mackenzie, Johnny Boyle, so many others. Some never identified. Farmers, preachers, traders, freedmen, all reduced to secrets in the dirt. When the search party came to the Bender property in spring of 1873, they found the inn abandoned, the house stripped. The cellar beneath the trapdoor smelled of rotting flesh. The orchard behind the house had been freshly turned. The Benders had vanished. Some say they split up, Kate and John heading south toward Texas, Pa and Ma disappearing westward. The authorities offered rewards, posses were formed, rumors spread that they were caught and hanged, that they changed names, that they were never a family at all. The truth? I know it, but I don't speak of the living, only the dead. The cabin rotted into the earth, the graves filled with weeds. No one ever rebuilt on that land. They say it's cursed, but it isn't. It's just finished. The Benders did not kill for passion, not for rage. They killed for profit, coldly, repeatedly, efficiently. And the prairie, for all its space and silence, could not contain the weight of their sins. I waited on that prairie long after they left. Some think evil vanishes with time, but I know better. I've seen it wear many faces. Sometimes it smiles, sometimes it prays, and sometimes it opens the door for a stranger.